The MLB is absolutely horrified of this. An MLB insider has revealed his prediction for a massive move for the New York Yankees that would absolutely change everything for them, solving all of their problems and really being able to push forwards with a contending team in the Aaron Judge era. And we are going to break all of this down as the Yankees have been predicted to pull off a steal. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. And guys, if you are part of that 72% that's not subscribed to Yankees Digest, make sure to subscribe to this place for all New York Yankees content. Thank you so much for 6,000 subscribers. It really means the world to us at Yankees Digest. But all that being said, let's jump into the video. We have a lot to discuss. The New York Yankees are being predicted to pull off a massive heist that would absolutely be perfect for this team if it all is to work out. Now, that being said, it would all have to work out. But the New York Yankees have been predicted by MLB insider Jim Bowden to pull off what nobody would see coming for the 2025 MLB season, or MLB offseason, I should say, as it was predicted by Jim Bowden that Bo Bichette is going to sign a 5-year, $147 million deal to play third base for the New York Yankees come the next offseason. Now, this would be absolutely insane to witness because Bo Bichette has been a very great player throughout his time in the MLB with the Toronto Blue Jays. For his career, he has a .290 batting average. He's gotten 346 RBIs. The man has been a very solid player with a career OPS of 797, an OPS plus of 120, and just very good on base and slugging numbers as well. Would solve the Yankees' leadoff hitting problem, and would also solve their third base problem for the long term with a young, exciting player who is going to be due for a payday after this MLB season. And there is totally a world where the New York Yankees are now focusing in on pulling this off to land the third baseman that you know they would love to have on this team. Now, obviously, there's some hoops to jump through here, and this would take till next season unless the Yankees were to make a trade for Bichette sometime at the deadline if the Toronto Blue Jays start to believe that they are going to be losing Bo Bichette in the process. Now, Bichette's been great. He has 2 All-Star appearances and has had a lot of great seasons in the MLB. Twice he has led in hits. He's been a great player. In 2023, was an all-star. 2024 was not. Stepped back after having an injury-riddled season where he only appeared in 81 games and his numbers all took a dip. His OPS was in the 580s. And his batting average hit the 220s. Meanwhile, the season prior, he was at 306. Before that, he was at 290, then 298, then 301, then 311. So Bichette's had a lot of great moments in the MLB and has proven he's one of the better contact hitters in the league. But is coming off a down year that he suffered a bunch of injuries from, and now he's trying to find his way back to the MLB now, or to the MLB level of all-star, or to the MLB all-star level. Jeez Louise, I couldn't speak. In fairness, this is like the 8th video I've made today. So also check out Knicks and Jets Digest for more content from this ugly face. But until then, guys, 7 games played thus far, 32 plate appearances, 9 hits, leading the MLB early on. The man's been a very incredible player for the Toronto Blue Jays, and the New York Yankees would be getting a pretty good bargain on Bichette to get him at only under $30 million per year. A few years ago, that would have seemed impossible. So the New York Yankees would be able to not even try to restructure Bo Bichette and try to get him back into shape. They would move him to third base out of shortstop. And on top of that, they would just move forwards with having a shortstop who's an excellent fielder, an excellent contact hitter, and just fills one of the biggest team needs that they have right now. This is a man who in his rookie year, 21 years old, had a 2.3 WAR for his season. Or not even his full rookie year, but for 46 games played. On top of that, you look at just that last All-Star season he was phenomenal. The 2021 season, he was phenomenal. The man has just been a great player in every sense of the word. Now, also taking a look at what Sports Illustrated said, if the 27-year-old is all right with switching positions, this could be a great addition on paper for the New York Yankees. Even though Bichette had a down year in 2024, that appears to have been injury-ridden since considering the success that he's had in the past. On top of that, Bo Bichette was asked about contract extension talks and said, no, we haven't had any extension talks, but from my perspective, we all grow up wanting to be one of those guys who has an opportunity to stay with an organization for their entire career. I'm just focused on what I got to do this year to help the team win and be the best version of myself. Whatever happens will happen. So Bichette doesn't sound like he's in some rush to get out of the Toronto Blue Jays, and that he clearly enjoys it there enough that he's not saying that he won't re-sign. It would be fairly surprising to see Vladimir Guerrero Jr. re-sign with the Blue Jays. My expectation is that he'll go to the Red Sox or the Mets. My guess is that he's going to sign with the New York Mets. That just makes the most sense to me. It would give them a great duo of Juan Soto and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to really build off. If you put Vladdy at that 2 hole, you put Juan Soto at the 3, and then you watch as Vladdy with Soto protection just goes absolutely insane, especially with considering how good his contact bat is. So Bichette might be looking at the situation, see the Blue Jays kind of lose some power, and the AL East grows in power with the Boston Red Sox being a young team that has a lot of nice players going, the New York Yankees being just good all the time, the Baltimore Orioles, they did lose out on pitching, but they're still a solid team as well. So they do have some serious competition, and Bichette might look in the mirror and decide, hey, if I can get 5 years, 147 from the Yankees and compete for something, that makes a lot more sense than staying with the Blue Jays. So that's what the Yankees have to do. They have to show they're a good team that needs a third baseman, and Bichette has to show openness to playing that third base spot, which I feel like he would be personally. Now, the Yankees right now have been playing Oswaldo Cabrera at third base for this season. He's had 12 at-bats, 3 hits, which is a .250 batting average. He has 2 runs scored, but his OPS is not really there yet. He's at .558. And, well, the OPS plus is a 67, so the numbers are not what they've been for a season, but also, or for his career averages, but at the same time, we're so early into the season that it's not something you should really take any stock in. Just something to note as far as where Oswaldo Cabrera is. Meanwhile, Cabrera, he had his best year statistically as a rookie in the MLB in the first 44 games that he played, looking like he was a better player than meets the eye when he was initially brought up. But since then, he's struggled to find consistency with his bat, both with power and contact. He is an excellent fielder, has a great arm, great utility guy to have on your team, just not someone who necessarily maybe should be in this big of a role with a team in the New York Yankees who are a World Series contender. That remains up to debate. The Yankees also have Pablo Reyes on their team, who made the team pretty surprisingly, was not expected to, and so far in the 6 at-bats he's had, he has a minus 0.2 WAR with a negative 53 OPS. One of those weird, he's had 6 at-bats and hasn't gotten a hit stats. Like, when, okay, starts hot, starts cold, the numbers look insane. They're nothing to really take stock in because, well, it's been 6 at-bats. But Reyes is someone who the Yankees like, but it's a one-year situation. The Yankees are still trying to figure out where to go from here and how to make their team as good as humanly possible, and that was echoed by Brian Cashman, who has talked about this to a heavy degree. Cashman going out there and saying this is definitely a sign, saying, I don't know how it's going to play out with third base. I do think we can have one of these candidates emerge or multiple guys into a platoon situation at worst when discussing guys like Oswaldo Cabrera, Oswald Peraza, DJ LeMahieu, Pablo Reyes, and then said, or a solo shot at best. If not, there's always the marketplace to play around with as we move forwards too. So that does add a bit more to this situation here, which does make things very, very interesting when you consider everything that comes down to it. At the end of the day, the New York Yankees, they're not a lock to get Bo Bichette by any means, but I do think they are going to show some serious interest in him because he makes a ton of sense for this team. If you ask me, and I've echoed this a lot now, or I've just said this a lot, you look at the next upcoming free agency, you target Kyle Tucker. That's the guy you go for, if you ask me personally. You throw him out in the outfield, you figure everything else out later. You can move Cody Bellinger to first base. You could do something with Jason Dominguez. You could do something with Aaron Judge, not always playing outfield and giving him some DH time. You have a lot of moves to make, and I'm very interested in seeing what the New York Yankees do. But if you can afford Bo Bichette, if Hal Steinbrenner is willing to let you pay that money, you go out there and pay that money. Guys, let me know what you think down below. Like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, guys, and go Yankees.